was great to watch. That crushed up Novocaine mixed in the Gatorade had those unks throwing the rock like Popeye on perk 30s. General says, I think Joe Flacco just got Kevin Stefanski fired. Surprisingly, Cleveland media didn't spam a bunch of SHEDEUR Sanders topics this week. So let's get into these comments. General says, I think Joe Flacco just got Kevin Stefanski fired. I agree. Juwan Mack says, this is how you know Cleveland ain't Joe just got there and scoring 20 points. Yeah, Kevin gonna get exposed again. Joe was happier and he got his soul back. Shout out to Simply. Hey, amazing callback. If y'all don't know, I forgot what it was. I forgot what game it was, but we made a short about it. We made a live about it, and like Joe Flacco was talking and I was like, man, I've never seen Joe Flacco this sad. I don't think I've seen a man as sad as Joe Flacco was. This just shows that Stefanski's offense is old and outdated, guys. That's why I'm the one that's saying, hey, do not let SHEDEUR start with a Kevin Stefanski offense. He's just going to ruin him. This proves the fact that there's no such thing as a bad players, only bad situation, and the Browns is a bad situation. I don't disagree. Yeah, Tomlin was expecting an easy dub against the Bengals. He was just pissed when he heard they got Flacco. Hey, he knows ball. He said, hey, why would y'all trade him? Why? Why do that? What's the point of that? That don't make no sense. He says, I know Joe been in the NFL for 18 years and has learned a lot, but you can't tell me he can look this good on a new team in 2 weeks, but SHEDEUR can't learn the Browns playbook in 6 months. I think he has learned the playbook. I just don't think they have an offense ready to put him out there with. That boy Joe Flacco said, I got receivers now, and I'm going to use them. He was spamming that Jamar Chase button. My man Trizzy says the Arthritis Bowl, I think that was the best name, gotta be honest. The Arthritis Bowl was great to watch. That crushed up Novocaine mixed in the Gatorade had those unks throwing the rock like Popeye on perk 30s. Arm arrogance is an understatement. When I saw Aaron Rodgers' 41-year-old ass launch a Jupiter moonball 70 air yards on a Hail Mary, Flacco Escobar is making Cleveland sick right now. Oh well, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. W vid. Oh my God. W comment. Yo, this is the comment. This is the one, Trizzy, you're doing amazing things, man. All right. I never seen this before, but you got a fire. He said, I never said this before, but you gotta fire Kevin Stefanski. They're going to be on his head in the morning. Joe Flacco was moving a Joe Flacco Marvel meme in the single most fitting meme ever. This game exposed the Cleveland Browns agenda. And this exposed how amazing my audience are. Miss Debbie says, or Mr. I don't know if it's Mr. or Mr. says, dislike Prime or not, check out his successful players in the NFL. He did something right. Now, of course, if you've been watching this channel, you already know the stats. But if you don't know, Colorado did have the most drafted wide receivers. That specific position group for the NFL draft this last year. Obviously, you've got in the NFL now, you got Xavier Weaver. Wow, B.J. Green, Jimmy Horn Jr., LeJounte Wester, Travis Hunter. I mean, obviously, SHEDEUR Sanders. Or I said LeJounte. I said Jimmy. I said B.J. And then, I'm even missing some players. And actually, comment down below all my real CU fans, CU aunties, real deal Prime mates. I know I'm missing a few defensive linemen, also well as offensive linemen. I know I'm missing a Broncos player. I don't know, Will Shepard's out there somewhere doing great things. But, yeah, it's hard, and this is what's going to start happening. And, you saw that recent video, and I would love to do a video about that too, of Dion having a specific like scrimmage day for the actual people that he thinks and assumes are going to transfer out anyway. Like that's how far he goes to build a positive culture. And everybody really tried to paint him in a certain way, right? Because of all the transfers and all of this. Hey, he's going to be terrible. He's going to leave the school. He's a bad coach, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, yeah, I think he's got the Colorado Buffaloes in a certain situation just in 3 years of doing it. But hey, who am I to say, I guess who matters how many players you send to the NFL all of a sudden, only matters for the SEC. TX3973 says, I've never considered Mahomes as a brother, if being fully honest, but understood your point. I think I was making a point comparing, how certain people and how the NFL likes players to be in a certain manner, right? And I was brought up the Patrick Mahomes thing. The reason why Patrick Mahomes is all good and everybody loves him is, his confidence, his, the way he imbues himself out there, right, is very much to code of what the NFL wants. I love my family, I love my team, yada yada yada, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's no secret that is, hey, we want you cookie cutter, we want you easy to control, you get you a nice Nah, we ain't going that far. All right, my eyes itching to see Sanders start. I need chamomile eye drops. Now, again, y'all know how I feel about SHEDEUR Sanders starting. I am big on giving him time, not only because the Browns are very infamous for being terrible at developing and or protecting quarterbacks, but also this offensive regime is clearly just terrible. Like, this is one of the worst offenses, most putrid offenses in all of football. So I don't think that he'd be well suited to go ahead and go into that. So I don't want him starting just yet. But hey, I'm not mad if you want to see some more 12 magic, because it is pretty magical. Nia D3 says, salute FB Tings. It's nice to hear you choosing to read some of the comments. That's good fan maintenance, my dude. Bravo. Hey, look, there's a lot of comments, guys. And there was times when I was smaller. And I do want to stress, I am still very, 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 very small. I'm very pequeña. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at I don't know if you can see these videos behind me. I'm looking at a video with like 800,000 views. I ain't touched that. I think my biggest video is like 200,000. But with that being said, I am still amazingly grateful for that. And me knowing that I'm not big, I think it's even less of an excuse to be like, hey, man, like, get in here and talk to people, see what they're talking about. Now, I do see some of y'all's comments, but sometimes they don't even show them to me because it's like a bunch of them, so it depends on the video. If it's like a small video, even though, I guess some people might make fun of me for not getting a big view video, I think it's cool to answer those comments, because those are like, it kind of takes me back in the day when, it was all big videos had 10 comments. Oh my God, I got 10. I used to go crazy. Oh, I'm killing these boys. This video has 73 comments, and this is not a big video. This only has 8,000. Well, now it's not a big video, right? It only has 8,000. This is and not only that, this is a very audience specific video. Like, the regular SHEDEUR fans probably not gonna watch this video. It's just mostly people who want to comment, want to hear the comments, and want to hear their comments read. So it means a lot for y'all to comment. So I think it's easy. It's easy for me to just to read them. You feel me? So I do appreciate that. Trizzy, thanks for reading my comment along with everyone else's. To listen to the viewpoints that actually watch and research football is what it's all about. Agree or disagree? Two things can be true at the same time. I just want to see these two young men that had excellent college careers be successful in the NFL without media pushing toxic agendas. WVid Tinks. My man Trizzy, one of my favorite, I think newer. I don't think he's new, at least newer in seeing him comment and being in the live streams. I think he offers a really good viewpoint. And, I want to stop here because shout out to my man Ian Coleman. Shout out to my man. I'll miss somebody. When I see you, I'll instantly do it. But I got a lot of ball knowers in my audience, and it's I hate when, and this is why I hate when people try to paint people who are fans of SHEDEUR as like all these dummy whatever that don't know anything about football. It's like it's just not what it is. Like, not only are there NFL players that are confident or confident in what SHEDEUR can do, but there are people who have been watching the league for a long time that have some impartials or are partial to certain players that just look at SHEDEUR a certain way. Hey, they might hate this player, but they still like SHEDEUR. Like, it's not because they're a SHEDEURite, right? And there are some people who, hey man, you just like SHEDEUR, but there are also people who just watch good football and like good football. And it's really important to build an audience that is okay with pushing back against some things, right? Because, I think I talked about that in another video where I think it was back when it was the mime video, and then of course the speeding ticket thing. I said, look, I'm a SHEDEUR guy, and I know all of y'all are SHEDEUR people, Sanders people, but it's also okay to sit there and be like, hey, this thing that happened, like, hey, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't like the SHEDEUR mime thing. Now, I loved it, but if you didn't like it, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, SHEDEUR had a bad day. Hey, that is, but we need to influence that diversity of opinions and thoughts, because that's what brings these beautiful comments. I'm probably gonna start running through these now because I've took a little time. So please, saw a video that Cincinnati offered a 3rd round pick for SHEDEUR, Browns and Flacco instead, and it's in the John the Liquidation podcast titled "Browns Insider Leaks Locker Room." John the Liquidator is not a fan of me, so I stay away from John the Liquidator. I'm not going to say any negative things. What I will say is that I'm not even gonna take it there. I know the video she's talking about. I watched it. I've referenced it a few times, and yes, there's a person on Twitter that has sources that say that SHEDEUR's price is going up. Now, I'm going to wait to make a video because, as you know, how Adam Schefter, things are going to be leaked eventually. Like, we're going to get something more concrete. So right now, it's just kind of hearsay. I don't like reporting on stuff like that isn't fully, confirmed. But nothing wrong if y'all want to go look into it. Hey man, the word on the street is that some people are saying, oh, SHEDEUR, nobody wants to trade for him. Other people are saying that the Browns are holding on to SHEDEUR very tightly when they get brought up into trade questions. So hey, I don't know, but hey, if you want to watch this video, go watch John Liquidator's video. Love how much you upload. Keep it going. Only one are you. Yeah, I'm trying to really grind it out, and I'm not sure if y'all noticed, but shout out to all my SHEDEUR fans. I love making SHEDEUR videos, obviously, because you see how much I make. But I also want to be able to make other types of videos more consistently too. You know what I'm saying? So you got to build the audience to do that. So you see me, I dropped some Cam Ward stuff. I dropped some, obviously Travis Hunter is still in the whole, situation there, but I would love to get back to some more, I drop college stuff from time to time. That was kind of my origins. This time last year I was making college football videos. So I still want to expand. And also the biggest thing is that I've talked about is because I think when my college videos, I think we got to like 10K at the time. So like there is still a part of my audience that I know that still wants college football, wants these different types of things, but you got to do it the right way. So it is very interesting. All right, here we go. I think we finally got something going here. So Joshua Richardson says, y'all kill me with the nonsense that the Browns should develop SHEDEUR. Who on the staff should do that? Lightning bolt. SHEDEUR and his pops did that already. Yes, it's a thing he have to learn, but the process we are taught as a child comes into play. Look, listen, learn. SHEDEUR is fine. The NFL took their shot at the Sanders clan. Please, let's stop saying clan with a K, please. The help of Kevin. Now the NFL is setting Kevin up to be the scapegoat, and he deserves to carry it, being that he's a Harvard idiot. There's a lot going on in this comment, and I really appreciate everyone who comments very whimsically. If you put in emojis, like this is top tier. This is top tier stuff. So let's talk to it. The SHEDEUR Browns development. A lot of SHEDEUR fans get very upset at me when I say, hey, man, give SHEDEUR time. But I got to be honest with you. Do you want SHEDEUR out there in that terrible offensive line? Do you want Kevin Stefanski, who he can't even call a good offense for his guy? Remember, Dylan Gabriel was his guy. That was the guy. That was him. That was the main guy. And he can't call no offense for him. You think he going to call a good offense for SHEDEUR? I highly doubt it. I am very skeptical of that. My man Gerard Richardson, a lot of Richardson says, you're right. I heard the Bengals' first offer was for SHEDEUR for a third, and the Browns said no. So, okay, so I did allude to that. I alluded that. You know what I'm saying? I alluded to that. My Steelers gonna do Dylan bad. TJ gonna be on that ad. Well, TJ wasn't on that ad, but they did do him bad. Dylan Gabriel, Kevin Stefanski, Dan Lanning, Bill Musgrave, Pat Schumer are tied to the Oregon Ducks. SHEDEUR never stood a chance until the GM Andrew Berry and owner Jimmy Haslam said, hold my beer. Next thing you know, Joe Flacco is traded and Kevin Stefanski looks terrified trying to explain it to the media. Is there more here? I don't think there's more here. So I don't know the connection of Billy Musgrave to the Oregon Ducks. I need to look at that. You know what? And I think we did this last video where somebody challenged me on it and we looked it up. Let's look this up. So shout out to my ball knowers again. So he's an op. Oh, it goes deeper than see. I be telling y'all I got ball knowers. This is real deal ball knowledge. This is real deal ball knowledge. I had no idea Billy Musgrave, who was in fact, and the only connection I knew of Billy Musgrave is that he was the backup quarterback on one of the San Francisco 49er teams that Deion was on, because he told a story about that. Him getting some time in the Super Bowl. Regardless, Big Bad Billy, this is how he was coming. Hold up, the Cal Oregon connection. So this is an article from 2020. This is when old Bill Musgrave was the head coach out there when the Pac-12 still existed. Wait, was the Pac-12 still a thing in 2020? I don't know. Bears head coach, both coordinators played their college ball at Oregon, which is Cal's opponent this Saturday, and Bill Musgrave got knocked out of the game the last time he played at Cal Stadium. Okay, well, all right. Who is this? Who commented? Who commented? Not only did you have a great comment that's soap opera junkie. Not a soap opera junkie. Ball knower. Yes, so Dylan Gabriel is connected, obviously, because of Dan Lanning. Kevin Stefanski, the wide zone offense, they run Kevin Stefanski and Dan Lanning, and specifically Dan Lanning's offensive coordinator. They run specific offenses. Bill Musgrave played at Oregon. Pat Schumer coached with Bill Musgrave on the Broncos. It's a lot happening right now. It's a lot of dots connected. So let me read this cool little situation here really quick. Cal offensive coordinator Bill Musgrave on Saturday will be involved in a Cal Oregon contest for the first time since he was knocked out of a game in Berkeley as the Bucs starting quarterback 30 years ago. Cal head coach Justin Wilcox and Bears defensive coordinator Peter Sherman have faced their alma mater Oregon a few times before without much luck as coaches, but dominance when they were on the Duck side of things as players. Not too bad. It won't matter in Saturday's 4 p.m. Cal Oregon game in Berkeley that the three graduated from Oregon with unfootball-like majors, according to the finance major Musgrave, political science Sherman, and anthropology Wilcox. But the reminder of the previous Cal Oregon encounters, sorry, I get that out of there. Encounters may be instructive. Instructive. Sorry. Simon, a linebacker, and Wilcox, defensive back, were Oregon teammates from 96 through 99. They went 2-0 in games against Cal, with Sermon intercepting a Kyle Buller pass in 24, but Wilcox lost. We here for Billy Musgrave. It's new for Musgrave. Despite being a coach for almost 24 years, mostly in the NFL, Saturday will be the first time Musgrave will coach against Oregon. It's real special, Musgrave said. This week in the video atop the story, there's going to be nostalgia there, even though it was over 30 years ago, and I wore that uniform. Look at flying Billy Musgrave. Okay, so this is top tier stuff. You got to connect all the dots. The dots have been connected, and I do want to say that, like, because sometimes I say, like, hey guys, SHEDEUR Sanders, not only should he not start, but you have to understand that he never got a fair shot to start. Like, that needs to be, we need to say that first. It's not that, oh, he can't start. Again, he never got a chance to start. They brought in somebody who they thought already knew the offense. They brought in somebody they knew had similar ties, offensive coordinator ties, coaching ties, head coaching ties, all different types of things. It was always set up for Dylan Gabriel. SHEDEUR doesn't get any reps. They give reps to the two players. Well, they didn't give any Joe Flacco in the preseason because he was old. But anyway, they gave reps to two other players that aren't there or aren't, that weren't producing what they needed to do, right? Obviously, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, right? And then you also had, Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley was in there taking some, at some point. Like, there were times where Kenny Pickett was hurt. Do y'all remember that? Because I reported on the video. I made the videos. Kenny Pickett was hurt doing ones. Still doing ones. Like still doing, getting one reps in the preseason. It made no sense to me. But shout out to that comment. Greatly appreciate you talking ball in these videos on your channel instead of propaganda. P.S. If you need intro music for your videos, I'm your guy. Say less, hit me on Twitter. I wouldn't mind a little intro music. I wouldn't mind a little intro music. And yeah, just like, we were just talking a little ball there. Yeah, man. And I'm not going to call no names out. But you and I know, and I know what channels you watch. I can look down at my little analytics. I see where you come from. I see what videos you watch before you watch my videos. You're not slick. You're not. I promise you, big guy. Let me take these off. My head hurts. I promise you, you're not slick. I know what you be watching. So, there are a lot of SHEDEUR videos that kind of feed into the propaganda of kind of what's going on. Again, not gonna name no names, but because I know because I know what videos you watch, big dog. So with that being said, again, I started this channel just to make college football videos, just to make SHEDEUR videos. That's part of it. I make Colorado videos amongst the other college videos, transfer portal stuff. So for me, it's always about keeping things honest, right? I don't ever want I don't want another reason to be pointed out and say, and see, that's why the SHEDEUR fans. No. I come here to be the SHEDEUR fan that like, oh, wait, he actually, he's got facts. He brings receipts. He has these things. Oh, from a football standpoint, oh, this way, yeah. No, I'm not just going to say, oh, I love SHEDEUR and he's great and all the news and oh my God. Nah, man, it's football, right? I don't know what's in store for SHEDEUR. I don't know. I think that he has the capabilities to be a great player. I mean, I also thought Tavon Austin was going to take over the league. I thought DeAnthony Thomas was going to be the next best thing smoking. Like, hey, believe it or not, I am no NFL scout or NFL player. Don't know if you can tell. But that's why I do like, bringing up the different stats and facts of the people who are in the NFL. Derek Hobson says, please, I'm hoping that when SHEDEUR gets his chance, Stefanski doesn't give him a fake watered-down game plan to make him look bad. We know football, bro. When SHEDEUR Sanders gets his chance, hopefully Kevin Stefanski doesn't sabotage. Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think as a SHEDEUR fan, I think it's just best if what's his name? If Kevin Stefanski just isn't calling plays by the time SHEDEUR Sanders gets to start. That's the best thing. Miro Work says, come on. Normally rock with you, but that statement from Goodell being a concern about Deion's health, that's diabolical. We all know that statement was about Deion's influence, swag, boldness, and his potential to call the NFL on their crap. Please don't start making excuses for these insecure men on how they attempt to handle our Black Star athletes. That's been my basis for unsubscribing a lot of folks here lately. So I need y'all to understand that just because I make if you want me to go into it about how, the ethicals and the deeper nature of the NFL's relationship with black people and the way that they have been known to police blackness and the different ways and institutions that they prescribe and or influence, this probably isn't the channel for you, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm a big noggin, big-headed dude who talks about football. So I need y'all to understand that at some point when I have these conversations, you ever heard like reading a room, right? Understanding the tone that you come. When I talk to a toddler, and I probably shouldn't say toddler because I'm not implying that the audience is dumb because that's dumb. I don't want to imply that y'all are very smart. Y'all know ball. But it's a different flavor, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even want to be on no code switching thing because code switching implies like some sort of hide or situation. But this is a perfect way to put it. And me in college, right? A college professor talking to 18 to 20 to 30-year-olds. Remember, because college is whatever in these upper levels, right? There's a level of professionalism that is still there that when I prescribe these things, it's almost out of a curriculum, right? Or curriculum? Whoa. Clearly, they shouldn't have gave me that diploma because I can't say Nathan, right? So when I say those things and when I'm giving this take about, hey, and y'all know the whole thing about, you know what? Let's do it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch the video. So let me pull the video up and then I'll all right. So here's the video, and I wanna point out a few things, right? This is around February 2nd, I believe. This is at the NFL Honors, right? So when I say these things, I'm not. Let's watch the clip.
What's going on? Hey, look, you doing all right? You gotta let my brother have his way in the league. Yeah, you got. I'm worried about your pop. So, how you doing? What you worried about him for?
Now, here's what I'll say. I will agree that it was because I remember this a little differently. So I will say, watching this again, he wasn't talking about his health, and I hope he wasn't. However, this video was around the time of his health. You know what I'm saying? But clearly, it was saying that. Now, can I respond to this in the situation? SHEDEUR was being, he was being joking, and he was like, well, he's not joking because he really does want, Bucky to get that access, and Bucky has been at some of the games specifically for Travis. I don't think he's been at a SHEDEUR game. I think he was at a preseason game, but like he had like access. He was on the sideline. So y'all make sure y'all check out Well Off Media. This is where this is from too. Here is the reason why, although maybe that's interesting. Maybe that's whatever. Maybe he meant, something by that. I think, maybe I'm wrong. I'll concede to being wrong. However, the reason why I made that assumption, because I remembered where it was happening. I was like, one, I remembered it was happening, and two, I remember the camera was in his face, like in his face. So I have to assume that he wouldn't have done something on camera in front of a bunch of people with mics on after joking around that actually implies some things. Now, here's the thing. Do I think that Roger Goodell isn't worried about Deion in that way? Oh no. I am of the mind. I am of the mind that that's one of the biggest reasons why SHEDEUR tumbled. Right? I don't you worry about that. I'm all for that. However, in this clip, I just remembered it a little differently, so I thought it was, the whole thing. So I will say I was wrong. This clearly wasn't about the health. But also, I don't think it was specifically about Deion's influence. But also, y'all are right. Roger Goodell is concerned about his influence. I just don't think he's dumb enough to do it right here.
Hey, look, you doing all right? You gotta let my brother have his way in the league. I'm worried about your pop. What you worried about him for?
Now, what I will say, it do sound suspicious. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be dumb. I'm not gonna be dumb. I see where y'all going at it. I see where y'all coming from it at. But it is what it is. All right, these comments were hilarious. I'm probably gonna front load these, and then I'm gonna have the rest of the comments for the other video. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Like this video if you like it. Dislike if you don't. Remember to comment down below so I can read your comment. Continue to be great, amazing, phenomenal, and everything else in between. Y'all be great. We'll see you next time.